everyone, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 3 of Brawlmachinin. Sorry about the late start, but we have a lot of technical issues, like we always do here in Warmachine. It's part of our brand. And today we're with the worst Brawlmachine player, Mr. Malorian. How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on here.
And thank you for coming. Why don't you tell everyone what you do on your free time?
Sure, yeah, you bet. So, I am running the worst Warmachine channel on the internet. So, if you ever want to see good stuff, don't come to me. Except, I always make sure I put a link in to other good content. But yeah, if you want to ever go check it out, it's on YouTube. Just look for Malorian. It'll tell you, do you want to see Mandalorian? Just say yes. It's better than me. But yeah, I'm just kind of like a nerdy guy that loves Warmachine, doing lots of YouTube stuff. I'm also with the Feel the Fire team. So when Brawlmachinin reached out and said, "Hey, Feel the Fire, do you want to have a game?" Emmanuel tossed me in, and here we are.
Emmanuel sent me a challenge that if it's going to, besides you, I'm going to have to play 2 other games with people from the Feel the Fire team. And if I win one, I'm going to get some goodies. And if I win all 3, we're going to play a live game of Monster Apocalypse.
Nice.
Which, since I only played half a game of Monster Apocalypse in my life, I'm so into that. And what's going to go wrong? I know you said it's the worst channel on the internet. However, due to our contract, I am going to put all the links to your stuff on the description box on the YouTube video. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to have the link to his YouTube channel and his 2 podcasts, because he's not content with 1 podcast, he has 2. Which are Shoulda Boosted, which is a general Warmachine podcast, right?
Yeah, so it's just kind of like a local one that we tried to use to, shout out what's happening here in Western Canada, the different events we're having, and the kind of meta that we have here. Of course, like with most podcasts, we took a little bit of a break on the pandemic, but we're actually recording our next one next weekend, so we'll be coming back. You can find us there on the Line of Sight page. Oh, sorry, no, we were not allowed on there. You could actually find us on the Hand Cannon page. Some of our content is a little bit, we don't always say the nicest stuff sometimes, so yeah.
Do remember this is a PG-13 stream, please.
You bet, yeah.
And also, what you do have in the Line of Sight page is the Brawler Bios series.
That's right, yeah, that's the material I do have there. So hopefully people have been finding it helpful as I go over and talk about the different warcasters from a Brawlmachine perspective, and talk about some lists and some grading, and just having some fun.
Yep. So speaking of list, shall we go over the list?
Okay,
sure.
I will change to Tony's list first.
Alright. Like, if you have been watching the season, you know I'm playing trolls in Grix because I'm a troll player, so I wanted to play trolls with a different flavor. And Signal has that flavor. It's a little bit rotten, but it's a nice flavor anyway. So I'm still playing the same Deneghra list because I've been liking quite a lot, and I think that with a little more practice I can what's the proper expression, become a better player at it. So Deneghra has all the debuff spells, so that's why she has 2 different cheap arc notes to try to apply those debuff while she's on the back being safe. Also important for this game, when we are going to see Malorian's list, he's playing Son of the Tempest, and Gilgamesh just wrecked my 2 units of trolls, because after that they're just armor 16 and a single wound. So I will try to use the Agnotes to apply Venom, that's a spray, and try to kill the Gilgameshes before they can kill my trolls. And the rest of the list is like typical troll fashion. I'm just going to run forward and try to hit stuff really hard during the hit turn. Also have a little bit of shooting on the Blood Gorgers. That's basically the list. Apply a lot of debuffs, so my trolls hit above their points, and try to keep the Deneghra safe on the back while she's spell slinging left and right.
Okay, perfect. I will jump now into Brian's list. There you go.
All right, so I am running Sturgis, who is the best warcaster in the game. Being more serious with that, I mean, I've always been a big fan of Sturgis in regular 75-point lists, just because, I mean, you can get up to 16 attacks with him, because when you attack with him and buy an attack, you get 2 for each and every one. So it can get really silly how many attacks you can get with him. The biggest thing that usually holds him back is that he's only P plus S13 on those attacks. But if you have anything that can boost that up, well, then he can be an absolute monster. There's also a lot of support spells that you're going to find on him as well. So when we look at things like in the battle group where I have the Centurion, you know, I have Arcane Shield that I can be throwing on there. So that armor 19 jack that goes up to 20 on with the shield goes up to 24 with Arcane Shield onto it. So it gets really monstrous. I also sometimes, though, have trouble hitting things because even though Sturgis is Mat 7, that's not actually all that overly great. So the Ironclad can sometimes be knocking things down, especially if I can get in there and get in a Tremor or something like that. And then we kind of get into all the different pieces from that. So when I was trying to figure out what to run this with, I wanted to have more of a balanced list, and I decided to go with Sons of the Tempest, because as we talked about, we have the Arcane Tempest gun mages in there, and so not only are they something in there that can of course shoot any infantry that I might see, but they can also do a lot of things of saying pushing things away, right? If I want to just slowly try and work on pieces and then push away the rest, they can all do thunderbolts. And normally that'd be a bit of a problem because you have to pick either to be sniping or going for the thunderbolts or the crit brutal. Well, since I can put snipe onto them, they can just always be doing the thunderbolts or their crit snipe, and so they can be really good for just board control and saying, while I deal with this one heavy, you just get out of here. Or maybe I'll get lucky and one of them will hit that crit, and that's again a knockdown that I need to happen so that Sturgis can actually get the work done. In order to get that damage buff in there, I have the Falk that's in there as well as Ragman. Now, Bastion Falk has a shot that is the rune marked, so that after that, any magical attacks that hit get +2 to their damage rolls. So that can be great just for himself spraying a unit and doing some great damage. Or, you know, for the gun mages, all of a sudden their POW 10s are basically POW 12s. But that also means things like Sturgis's magic weapon. So now instead of being POW 13, it's basically POW 15. There's Ragman in there, so I could be applying that debuff as well. And then finally there's Strange Ways, so that I can fix, give out focus. But that also works in with Falk, because I can be giving one of my jacks magical attacks, and then all of a sudden that rune shot means that, hey, now they're hitting harder as well. So it's really kind of a balanced list that's supposed to be hitting at a lot of different angles. I can be trying to poke things away and go for scenario. I can go in and go for attrition. And I've just been having a blast with it in Brawlmachine. So it'll be interesting to see how it does today.
Yep. One thing to note also, that since you are playing in Sons of the Tempest, the gun mages have Pistolier. So they can also be like, well, one of the things you do usually to counter a gun line is to sham the shooting unit with some light infantry, because they are usually very bad in melee. But it turns out that the Arcane Tempest gun mages in melee are like super good, because they have Gunfighter and Pistolier, so they mean they are at least POW 10 weapon masters. And if they get the critical with the damage, they roll 4 dice. So they can do a lot of damage to a heavy even.
The other relevant rule there is that upkeep spells on Tempest models are upkept for free, so that one snipe spell that I'll be putting on the gun mages will be just for free after that. So that's nice as well. So
it should be interesting, because I'm going to have to protect all my army from reshooting and try to get there and have an alpha strike to try to. I think the game is going to revolve around whether you can make the most of the gun mages, so I can neutralize them early.
Oh, I guess I'd be also amiss if I didn't really talk about what Sturgis's feat does, because that's a big part of it too. So what his feat does is pulls all enemy models within my control range 3 inches towards me. And so that is a huge threat extender, right? If you think of other things where, I'm going to be moving my models closer towards you, and that's how I'm going to be getting my threat extender, this is the same thing, but in reverse. It doesn't work on casters, so I can't pull in Deneghra, but also once they're pulled in, enemy models there within the 3 inches take a POW 12. So that's another way where you can just get in there, kill like a unit by himself, and then every model I destroy through that, I get a free focus onto my jack. So it's something that can be there for like, hey, I can go in there and kill a unit by myself, but then as well, pull things in so I can actually threaten a lot further with my other jacks and things.
Just for the viewers, we thought about making a Sturgis dual off. But since the idea of the list is to support the troll bots, Sturgis1 doesn't really support them, except so that's why I'm going to keep playing Deneghra. Maybe in the future we can have a Sturgis off.
That'll be the round 2
or something. Electric Boogaloo, because Sturgis has electrical storm or something like that. So let's move to the game table then.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So, like always, we roll the scenario and the table randomly, and this is what we get. We have like a big forest there in the top left, a cloud on the in the top right, 2 walls that provide cover, 3 small forests in the middle, a trench, and 2 buildings on the bottom. And that building is going to make that flag really hard to capture. So yeah, and we have 2 flags and the 2 overlapping zones in the middle, so it's going to be like a brawl, never better state, in the middle trying to score points or look for an assassination. So I'm going to roll to see who goes first. A 4, what? That 3, wow.
3, I'll be gracious, I'll let you pick.
Yeah, I think this is the 3rd game on the stream, the 3rd time on the stream that I win the roll. This is quite a conundrum because I want to block line of sight as much as I can to my troops.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and I have the trench there. Thing is, if I sit behind the forest, you can just pull me with your feet and grab me in there, and you don't have ways to give your charge back. So I'm going to go in the bottom. Even though I'd say that the flag is going to be difficult, but I think I need to go second, so to deny you one turn of shooting.
Perfect. So I'll go first on the top then.
Yep.
So I'm putting in my list now?
Yep. I'm going to deploy on the bottom. What color are you going to use for the bases?
Brown is what came up for me automatically, so I'll just stick with that.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to play green. Not this link, the other link. Here. There you go. So feel free to start deploying and telling us about why you are deploying backward. Like that.
Sure. I'm just trying to get this in here so I'll deploy in. Come on, why aren't you doing it for me? All right, so we'll start deploying up here. The first thing I'm going to be looking at here is how relevant I want to be on scenarios. So I got this flag on the left here, and I don't have a lot of throwaway solos that can go over there, so it's something I'm definitely going to have to keep in mind. It's also, I mean, since the flag for you is kind of out there and vulnerable, I want to be able to be threatening that. So I think what I'm going to be doing is definitely making sure that my gun mages are going to be positioned here more on the right side. I guess I could be grabbing both of them, but it's all good. Just so I can make sure that if you decide that one solo does want to stay back, I can try and deal with it that way. One thing that's actually nice for you, having that building there, is that one option I can sometimes use is just shoot whatever is on the flag, which typically like sitting at the back of the flag for safety, and then pushing it off. And I actually can't do that to you. So funny enough, that's actually something that's kind of protecting you there. But you know, it's
I can have
mainly...
the Deneghra like on the bottom place of the house and be like pretty much immortal.
Mm-hmm. Now I do have a couple of Pathfinder models in here, so Ragman is fine being in the middle. Falk is going to be here in the middle too, and that's probably going to be the one where I'll be using it on the flag if needed. I'm going to be having my nice slow Centurion having to be more here in the middle, and of course it's going to have a lot of work to do. And then as well, I can have Sturgis in here, so I'll just shift these over slightly, throw Sturgis there, and then he'll be really trying to threaten things. He's going to be zipping up there, putting up the spells. Of course, I'll put my Centurion like slightly back so I can see both of them from my upkeeps. For the Ironclad, then, it's going to need to be on the other side and kind of follow things up. It's usually my second round jack anyway. And then good old Strange Ways can just be somewhere behind. And that would be my deployment.
All right. So I'm going to go with my deployment. I'm going to deploy my Bloodgorgers as far as possible from your gun meshes because that's like the main terror. So yes, and they can just try to use the trench for protection, and the forest that's going to block and line of sight to your side of things. There. I'm going to put Deneghra more or less on the middle, and then I can see where she will be safer. So I can then run to the flag or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put the Marauders here. So yeah, we can have a little... You have a longer range and all that, but I'm going to try to use the building so you can't shoot me on the second turn, and then try to pop out from there and start shooting you. Because after all, they do have a range 8 gun. Can use the cloud a little bit too. And the
Of course,
forest.
the Marauders that have the gun, isn't it?
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. No, I mean, yeah, it's something from Conflict Chamber that I don't know why he adds Shusiga to the wrong unit. That's like, since it's the only attachment they can have, it appears there automatically. There, Marauders and Bloodgorger. So Barathrum is going to be deployed later because it has going to place the other one here, and my 2, I'm going to take one node here and the other here, and trying to cover it from here. And you don't have the best deployment with anything, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to deploy Barathrum like here, and I'm going to deploy the Gin just in case you want to shoot him.
I might.
Yeah, but if I'm out defense 17, you might not hit him. To push it with the gun mission. So that's going to be my deployment. Since we can shake hands, because we are like literally on the opposite ends of the same continent, we're going to shake each other caster.
Sure.
As a substitution for shaking hands.
Shake.
Yeah. And since you are going first, best of luck to you. Hope you have fun, and tell us about your first turn, and then do it on the clock.
Perfect. So yeah, good luck to you as well. I guess I should make sure to throw that in there. The main thing I need to do right now is really get into position. So I need to get my upkeeps out there. Basically, Sturgis is going to be putting out the snipe, like I said, into the gun mages, arcane shield into the centurion, move up, and then teleport up even further because again, he is a combat piece. I want him up there and threatening. As long as I stay outside of 10 inches of Rathrum, I should be all right. And then everything else has to just basically be trying to run up to be trying to keep up, you know, especially things like the Centurions, nice and slow. I want to be also trying to position and get at least my Falk into the forest so that, you know, if you want to go into there, you have to worry about my sprays doing things to you. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, just to set up and get up the board. So with that, I will start my clock. Boop. And I'm going to be going first with Sturgis. And like I said, I'm going to be using 2 to be putting Arcane Shield up onto the Centurion. I'm then going to be using another 2 to be putting Snipe onto the Gun Mages. I'll just put the effect on the UA. I will then advance up my 6 inches. And then once I'm here, I will use my last 2 and then just get bold and get right up here. And hopefully just try and threaten some things. And then that's going to be Sturgis. The Ironclad, its buddy, is going to try running up behind. It's a little bit faster, so that helps.
That's why the Centurion gets played with Cray a lot.
Yeah. Strange Ways just needs to run up. Ragman can run into the forest, trying to hang out around there. Same thing with Falk, trying to be threatening. Falk also has the advantage of having Prowl, so how stealth while it's in there with concealment. And then same thing with my gun mages. They need to all rush up and try and support. I'd also love to be hit. You do AoEs. I already want to kind of be thinking about that and spacing out the best I can.
Yep. Do remember that it's not a straight AoE. If they hit, they do an AoE damage. But I can't just gather AoEs into your unit. That would be a little bit too much.
Perfect. I have everything there, so...
You do have to shield guard, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I have
Just
the Battle
one.
Priest there. That's a shield guard, so that could be something. The other nice thing too is that it has the ability that if you go and start hitting me as you will with Parasite and stuff like that, I can start hitting my own guys with the Battle Priest, and then that's going to be triggering the Spellbreaker, and so it'll either be dispelled unless you're going to be taking D3 damage, and I can do that twice. So, you know, I'm guessing
Cool
that
thing.
Parasite's going to go on Centurion, so I'll probably be stabbing my Centurion in the back over and over.
Yeah, because if you start stabbing like meshes in the back, they're going to die because they're like armor.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to dispel the spell on you. How? By killing you.
Exactly. It worked. Technically, it worked.
Yeah. Technically correct is the best kind of correct. So, I think for my turn I'm going to run the blood gorgers like in as far left as I can in diagonally, so the gun meshes can actually reach me or see me through the forest, and in open formation so Falcon doesn't have a field day with them. I think I'm going to try to run the Death Reaper and try to start spraying your gun meshes. I think I have a good position to place them, because after all it's speed 7, so I can run 14 inches. I think I can grab 3 or 4 guys that's going to start doing some damage. And you will have to start. I mean that the Reaper is going to die obviously, but you will start to use your time to kill him. And the Marauders are just going to hang out on the back of the house. Also, I have to take care of Deneghra because you have a somewhat easy assassination because Turgis has feedback, so you can just do 1 damage to her automatically, so that's 6 damage, and then the UA of the gun meshes gives them true sight, so you're going to ignore stealth. So I think Deneghra is just going to hang out on the back of the big tower, so you don't have line of sight to her. And then try to move up so I don't killbox myself. And I'm going to leave my 2 shacks in reserve. So, and yeah, and we'll try to shoot a debuff or 2 with the Death Reaper. So I'm going to power up my war checks. There, I'm going to start by running the blood gargles. They run just 10 inches. They are not going to reach the trench, but they're going to be there to try to threaten the flag on next turn. I'm really open so Falk doesn't get any ideas. No, he doesn't reach. Also, I don't mind losing like just 1 blood gorger because I have vengeance, so I'm going to bait you a little bit with that number 5 there. So yeah, with vengeance and dot thirds, I can suddenly be really up the table. No, he doesn't really. So yeah, and a very open formation, so Falk can't do too much damage. So then, which one is the one that shoots? The net range is the one that shoots. So this guy just going to run 14 inches here. Try to. So I'm going to try to have line of sight to your gun matches and try to see if I can debuff some of your war shacks. There. You'll have, yeah, line of sight to the Centurion there. What I don't think I have is the range for the spell, but I'm going to check that later. So then I'm going to activate the Marauders, like I said. Going to appear behind the forest. This guy's going to run behind the house. Where's the leader? Here. So about here. I mean, I can avoid you shooting some of them, but I will try to protect them as much as possible.
And these ones don't have vengeance, right? Is this that attachment that gave it on the other side?
Yeah, Shoshika is the one that gets mentioned. The Night Range is going to run here very valiantly behind the house. Then it's turn for the Deneghra to move here and start doing some graffiti on the building. Alright, and let's start slinging some spells.
Mm-hmm.
And then we grab the card. Here, what can we do? Dark Seduction, no. Crippling Grasp. Maybe that's range 8. All my debuff are range 8, so I can't reach your Centurion, but I can reach your Ironclad. I don't think I have line of sight or the Ironclad. I don't, right? It's completely behind the forest.
It looks like it. Yeah, you can't see it.
So let's start with a Venom then. Targeting the Arcane Tempest Gun Mage Officer.
Sure.
So let's spray template.
It's a spray 8,
this.
right?
Yeah. Spray 8. Yeah, so it's not going to reach him. Or can shoot like this. I can grab more than 2 models, right? No matter how I position the...
Doesn't seem like it.
No. So let's shoot like this. So I get number 2 and the Moron Battle Priest.
Or you don't
No,
get the
I
battle
can
priest,
get the
right?
Battle Priest. No. So I can get more than 1 then?
Doesn't look like it.
No. So wait, just enter number 2.
Sure.
And your defense 14, so I need a 7 to hit.
Mhm.
And that's a miss. And that's 2 focus. I'm going to try again. And I'm not going to hit. And then I'm going to try to Creeping Grass your caster.
Egads.
Which, yeah, your defense 16, right?
You bet. Yep.
15.
He is defense 16.
So I need a 9 to hit. And doesn't hit. So nothing.
We call this the luck of the
Um,
Sturgis.
He's so dark horse and Deneghra doesn't know what to do with him. We're going to run Guerra over here. And then I'm going to move bathroom. It's 6, right? Yeah, over here and dig in again. So I'm not going to remove the token. So that's my turn. We're
Perfect.
going to move to turn number 2.
All right, so moving on to my thoughts going into turn 2. I mean, I basically got lucky. I expected I was going to be losing a couple, but luckily none of the dice went Tony's way. And so now I'm kind of in a spot where I can start trying to punish his model. So a lot of my gun mages on the right are in spots where they can just now be aiming and taking some shots. The odd one will have to move up because it's out of range, so hopefully I can do a lot of damage to the unit on the right. As far as the left side, there's not really a solo that's going after the left flag, and I don't really feel like scenario will be a real threat. So I can actually probably just abandon the left side. You know, if I want to bring Falk over here to the right, you know, if say Gerlach wants to run over there, it's going to take a little while to get there. And if Gerlach wants to stay out of this fight, I'm kind of okay with that as well. So I think I'm going to be trying to shift to more of the right side of the focus. Forest rather. And then the other decision I have to be making is what am I going to be doing with this Death Repper that's right up here in my face? I can be going in there with Sturgis and trying to do some work actually with him because he can get some easy damage and then back away. But one of the things I have to worry about is if I want to get those damage buffs in there, then I probably am going to lose those solos. And I might want to be saving them till later. Although, you know, if I put those solos up there, then maybe his Marauders will come in order to kill them, be bunched up, and it'll be in a good spot for me to do my feat. So either way, this is probably going to be a time where Sturgis is going to try and get some work done, and then teleport back to safety. Because luckily with the low threat ranges that he has there, that should be something I should be able to play with, just kind of like a hit and run type thing. So otherwise,
do
that's kind of
remember,
my plan.
Bathroom has counter charge. So
Yeah.
in case you have to be mindful a little bit of Yoshi's positioning and the solos too.
Maybe it's all part of Sturgis' trap because I also have the reversal. So if you charge me and miss, you're on your ass. So I'm not going to do that though. That'd be crazy. All right. So
And
I
also,
think
if you start hitting the Death Reaper with the feedback weapon, the Deneghra is going to take a little damage.
yeah, so there might be a few things. Like I know you talked about the feedback. I usually find it's not really a big deal. Like normally for me, the Electroleaps are the ones that actually do real damage. I mean, I actually have to damage a Jack, and so you know I might get a few hits in there. That might be a couple of points, and typically they're camping a couple of focus. But you're right. I might sneak in some damage onto Deneghra doing this as well.
The thing is not just the feedback, is that the gun meshes are a real threat to Deneghra. So if you get like 3 or 4 damage and then you get a little lucky with the gun meshes, you can just kill her because she's only armor 14. So every hit count.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. I think that's all I had to say for my plan for this turn.
Alright.
All right, so going into my turn 2, the first thing I have to do is get all my focus back. So Sturgis is going to get its 6. I'm going to get the free one from power up onto my 2 other jacks. I don't need to allocate anything more to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 to upkeep Arcane Shield. I'm going to be upkeeping the Snipe for free, so that's fantastic. And probably the first thing I want to do is deal with this Death Ripper. So I want to make sure that I have a nice safe spot where I can get within 2 inches and not get within 6 with Sturgis. And I can see here that I have that, so that's a nice hit confirm. And so now it's the idea of what do I want to be doing for that extra damage. So if I want to be coming here and getting within 2, that means that I would need to have, I could come over here with good old Ragman and try and do that damage buff for myself. So that's probably going to be the plan. So what I'll do is I'll go with Ragman first. He's going to come to that location and he's going to Death Field. Next thing I'm going to do then is I have to decide if I want Falk to try and get in this fun as well. And I really don't know if I want to do that. I do not want to be losing him early. And I don't think there's a sneaky spot here where I can go in there and spray and not be within line of sight of all these other things that are there. So I probably want to save Falk as just a threaten for one spraying all these marauders on the left, and also still just saying, hey, I could be going back to the flag. So I'm just going to be coming over here. I want to stay within 6 so I can always dance back to the flag if I need. And then I also want to be in a spot where I can't be seen. For those who don't know, a good way I like doing that is like adding a widget and adding a 3-inch ring, and then I can just make sure that there's not that 3 inches of forest in order to see me. So
also, you can add at the ring when to post. You can add a 3 aura size on Falk. So you can check
you can do that
with that.
Yeah,
Like
for
I
sure.
did there.
Yeah, that works for.
I think
well.
that's easier and easier to do and more practical.
Yeah, that's probably the easier way. Yeah. So Falk is going to activate, and he's just going to. Oh, I'll get my clock going. Going, it's good.
And you can
Falk,
see that.
He's all safe and stuff.
Yep.
So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be going with Sturgis now. So Sturgis is going to be charging to this location. Hiya. And your defense is pretty formidable. It's defense 15, correct?
No, 14, the chickens.
Oh, they're only 14.
So
I thought it was higher.
Yep. No,
All right.
defense
So I'm
14,
going to be.
ammo 14.
Okay, well, I will be charging in, and I'm going to be paying 1 so that I can boost a hit, because I want to make sure I actually hit the 7, and I'm going to connect. This is going to be effectively a POW 15 because of the 13 plus 2. What's your base armor?
14, so it's dice plus 1.
Plus 1. So this is the feedback one here, so it's going to be doing 8 damage to the 4 and 1 damage to your caster.
Yep.
Now we'll start going with the second attack. So this will be the Electro Leap one. So I need 7s to hit. I will connect. The Electro Leap will be going to Gerlach, but we can do that after. So the hit on the chicken here, this is going to be plus 1. So that's going to be doing just 3 damage to the 4. And I believe Gerlach is armor 17, right?
Yep, 17.
So off 7 will be 2 points.
That's 2 damage.
I'm then going to be spending 1 focus so I can buy 2 more attacks. I'll go first with the feedback one. Easy to hit because your movement's out. And then for damage at plus 1, that'll be doing 4 damage to the 2 and 1 to Deneghra.
Done.
Okay, and then for the Electro Leap attack, easy to hit. Dice plus 1 will be 9 damage to the 4.
It's going to die, and I'm gonna Electro Leap to Guerra.
Okay, so off 7 again will be nothing this time.
No damage.
And then Sturgis, happy that he did something, is going to spend 2 focus and teleport out of here before he gets killed. So I think where I'm going to put Sturgis to really threaten things is trying to use this wall here because I can charge over it for free, basically. So I can be in a nice threatening spot and still be in a spot where I can threaten everything that wants to come over on the right side. So I think I'm going to put myself like there is a good spot for me. Okay, so that's going to be Sturgis. So next up, I am probably going to figure out what's going on with all these gun mages and all that type of fun stuff. So I need to make sure that I have room to get my heavies through here. And so currently it looks like I do, so that's fantastic. I can aim with that one. And it also looks like everyone has some pretty good shots, except for these guys in the back. So they're the ones that are going to have to move through, but I didn't leave any room for them because I'm an idiot. So what are we gonna do with you guys?
We did say you were the worst player, so you leave
right? Now it's proof. You thought I was joking, but no, I'm really bad. So this one will come walking over here. Let's see. I mean, you threatened 13, so I mean, I also have to think about that. So hopefully, I can just kill the ones that are right here in my face. So if you go there and my unit leader comes somewhere like there, that's probably the best I can do with that. I am going to have to deal with this cloud, so I'm going to be using my mini feet this time.
Right.
So that means don't care about the cloud there in my way. And so I'll start taking some shots. So the first one I'm going to take is my number 2 shooting over here against that number 5. I'm going to be aiming up to rat 9. So 9 and a 4 will hit a 13.
Yep, I just want to clarify that Mordors have Asian Belt, so they got concealment natively. But since you use your mini feet, you ignore that too.
Perfect.
So I'm just defense 12, so yeah, that's a hit.
Perfect. So that's also, I didn't declare what shot types, so nothing really fancy happened there. I need 7s to crack your armor, and so there'll be a tough on number 5.
Yep. And it's not going to tough.
Nice. Next we'll go with the unit leader that has some options here, so I think it's going to try and take a shot at... And that one's going to be blocked, so I'm going to have to go after this one here. You're going to have the... I believe you get the cover bonus there, so we're going to have to roll pretty hot dice. That's not bad, so that's going to hit a 17, and so that should hit you even with the cover, correct?
Yep. Yep,
okay.
because I'm only 16.
And it'll tough on that one too.
Kill, and it's going to tough.
Okay. Knocked down. Next one here is going to be shooting at the one in the back there, so number 3. So 9 and a 6 will hit, and not a 7. The unit leader will go next, and it's going to be shooting that number 3 in the back as well. So it didn't aim, but it's one better. So 8 plus an 8 will hit. And then for damage, a tough on number 3.
Yep, it's going to miss the death roll and die.
Perfect. We'll go on to number 4, and number 4 is going to be shooting that knockdown model that we had there. So pretty easy to hit because you're knocked down, and then crack armor and get rid of it.
Die. I'm going to promote number 4.
Sure. Number 3 that aimed is going to be shooting at number 2. I'll remember to say I'm doing crit brutal now this time. Oop.
Yep.
So it is going to hit because I aimed. And it's going to crack armor.
And it's going to die.
Alright, and number 5 has... I don't know if it has anything. I could try shooting at this one with cover, why not? So it was out of range, so nothing for it. So that's it for the gun mages. They're all done. Next thing I'll do is I'm going to go with Ironclad. It's just going to do a run. Coming in through here, and just want to hold them back a bit for some fighting fun later. So here's probably a fine spot. Strangeways can go next. It'll just kind of come up a wee bit. It also has a spray if I need it later. And it's going to be giving one more focus to the Centurion. The Centurion's going to be using that focus to do its imprint for Polarity Field. And then it will run.
So I can charge.
That's right, yeah. No charges for you. Get out of here. And then I can come up something like this. Is that smart? It's not smart. Well, it's not bad. It's not bad. I can't be charged. I should be safe, right? So I'm going to do that, and then at the end of that,
Yep.
I will pause my clock and pass.
Alright, that's my second, and I'm going to score on the end of my turn. So, but I think there's not going to be much scoring because you're not in the flag, and the only thing that I get into my flag is Deneghra1, and if I do that, she's going to die because the gun matches can just charge her and break her face.
Do it.
So that's a little bit. And I can't really charge Sturgis because I can see through the forest with Guerra. That would have been fun. And I think I can charge Rackman with Guerra because I do see him. And I have Bloodthirst, so that's +2 to the. That's so it's 7 and 10, but there is a forest, so I don't know if I can reach that. But I'm going to try to kill Rackman with Guerra if I can reach him, or maybe with Bloodgagger number 5 because he has Relentless Charge, so he does have Pathfinder while charging. And that should get me in melee range of Bulk. And they have 2 attacks, and with Garlac they get Berserker, so maybe I can charge with number 5 and try to deal with those 2 solos. And the rest of the Bloodgagger units just going to run to the flag. And make a flanking move. The remaining 2 Marauders, I don't think they can shoot anything because they are out of the range of shooting. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them. Probably just try to run to the middle of the table and try to be relevant next turn. And the Night Range is going to try to run and again try to apply some debuff now that I can, especially on the Centurion. Because if I can leave him on speed 2, that's going to be hilarious. And now I think I have an angle to shoot the Battle Priest, maybe. And Barathon is just going to hang out here in the back, trying to catch people on the counter charge. So yeah, that's going to be my turn basically. So let's start the clock. Barathon and the Night Range, I'm going to get 1 focus each. Then it's going to go back to 7, and I don't have any keeps to keep. I've already done that. I'm going to measure with Gallic if I can reach Rackman. That will be 6.6 inches of movement, and I'm left with 7. That's 10 inches of movement, so I have 3.4 left. That's going to go down to 1.7. 1.
The other thing you do too is hold down that control button, and then it does it all for you.
Sorry, what?
Do you want to pause, and I'll show you?
Yep. That's 6.6. Yes, if I hold control, is here, and then it's not doing that. Yeah, it's doing it. So now I can reach it because I don't have Pathfinder. So I'm just going to run there, so it's on the command range for the Bloodgagger, for Bloodgagger number 5. That he does have Pathfinder because of Relentless Charge. and try to kill those two solos. Yeah, because they have overtake and berserker with. They have overtake ways and they have Slowbrank gives them berserker in his command, right? Just elite cadre. So I don't need to be in command, but they have he has veteran leader, so I want to be in command. So let me measure that. So over here. I'm going to be in command so I can activate the block developers first. Alright, so let me. So I'm going to activate the marauders first. They're just going to run 10 inches. Here behind the forest. Here going around the house. The mid-range is going to run here. No, I need to run like and try to be within 8 of the there. So now I can shoot the other priest. And I'm going to be outside your melee range from Sturgis, so and I can try to apply my debuff. So yeah, there. Then I'm going to activate Deneghra1 here, just outside the kill box. Hopefully I don't die to your gun mages. Actually I can't because you already used your minifeed, right?
Yeah, so you're a little bit safer now for sure.
Yeah, can be like here. And I'm going to shoot a parasite. Sorry, not a parasite, venom through the night range into the battle priest.
Yeah, you'll have to target the gun mage, but yeah, you can still hit it. It has that rule where it can't be targeted with spells.
With spells. Okay, so I can target the model unit, the leader model in the unit. Where is the spray template? Here, like so. And yeah, just going to grab those two. So that's going to cost me 2 focus. I'm going to hit the gun mage first. I need a 7. I hit, and that's about 12, so it dies automatically, right?
Super dead. Now if you'll promote.
Sorry, it's about 10, but it still managed to kill because you are armor 11.
Yeah, we brought our
What's
pajamas
the
to
battle
battle.
priest defense?
13.
So I'm going to boost to hit. That's going to be another focus. That's 14, so hits.
Okay, armor
What's
13.
your armor? So that's -3. That would be enough to kill, right?
If I don't tough, and I did tough.
Yeah. Okay, but you are corroded now.
You bet.
And then I'm going to cast a crippling grasp. Yeah, crippling grasp into the centurion. I'm not on your back arc, but you are defense 11, so I need a 3 to hit, right?
Yep.
So that's going to hit, and you have crippling grasp. Going to add it, so you have -2 to a bunch of attacks, but most importantly to speed. So your speed base is 2. Sorry, so then I'm going to activate the block doggers. They're going to issue a press forward order. Number 5 is going to charge here, like we said. Actually charging Ragman. The rest of the units going to just run because they don't have anything. They can hit. I'm going to be here. This guy is going to come here and try to contest both zones. This guy is going to run here into the trench, so if you come with again mages, you're going to have a hard time hitting. And Shizuka is going to come. Sorry, I'm going to move Shizuka first here, if that's alright with you.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
sure.
number 3, because otherwise I'm going to be outside of. So, number 5, which is important. What's the
Before
defense
that,
on Rockman?
Before that, remember to keep the unit in command. Your command is 7.
No, Shizuka is command 9.
Oh, command 9. Sorry.
Yeah, and she's the unit leader by default.
Yeah, I missed that.
Thanks, man, for the clarification. So, defense on Rockman, please.
14.
So I need a 7 to hit. That's a hit.
Oh,
And I am POW 11.
-1.
So I need a 6. That's -1. That's 10 damage, so he's dead.
Super
Okay.
dead.
Sorry, I'm actually at 8 because of Slaughterbone's veteran leader.
Oh, okay.
So I need a 6. So now I got Berserker and Overtake. I'm going to move just half an inch because I'm left to right. So my Berserker attack onto Bob Falk. What's his defense?
15.
So I need a 7. That's going to be a hit.
Oh yeah.
And that's probably 11, so straight dice, right?
Armor 12, so off 1.
Dice -1, that's 6 damage. And I have another Berserk and Overtake, but since I don't have anything I can hit, just going to move half an inch here, so I'm touching both zones. And stare menacingly at Sturgis. And then bathroom. I mean, now your charge range on the Centurion is like what?
B2, charge 5, so threat 7, although I can pull you in if you're within 10.
So I think I'm going to just. And you choose the order in which you pull, right? So you can pull number 2 first and then the.
That's
bathroom,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
However, if I stay more than 10 away, even if you pull me, you can't reach. However, can't do that because I need to stay within command of. So I'm just going to stay here because there's the forest in the middle. You can't see me even if you. So yeah, I'm going to dig in again in case you want to shoot me a little. So that's going to be my turn. There's not going to be any points. But that number 5 so far is the MVP. Again.
Perfect. So back to me for turn 3. So thoughts coming out of that last turn. I kind of thought that I was going to be losing Ragman. I mean, it stuck its neck out, but I didn't think I was going to be losing Falk. So that is definitely going to hurt. Now not having Falk there means that he was able to go on the left side here, kind of, unthreatened. I can't spray and try and kill a bunch of models. I can't threaten the flag. Also, I've now lost both my damage buffs for Sturgis. So Sturgis is now a little bit less frightening. Can't be killing Barathrum himself or anything like that. So that's not great. Still in a pretty good situation though here. So what my plan is then for the turn is that I have not been feeded on yet by Deneghra, which means guaranteed next turn I'm going to be feeded on by Deneghra. So I need to do as much work as possible. So if I can go and kill what I can here, especially on the right. I think I still like the idea of ignoring the left as much as possible. Although what I might want to do is try and empty out this zone so I can score a couple of points and start pressuring that, because I'm in a spot where I have an attrition advantage. I have a death clock advantage, and if I could get like a scoring advantage too, then man, I'm in a fantastic spot. So the only problem though is that if I if I don't do this correctly, I can really get myself in trouble for that feet turn next turn here. So we'll have to be very careful with that.
Yeah, I should have contested the zone a little bit more, but I didn't have the models to throw in there.
Yeah, I think the hardest one
So,
for me to try and deal with is going to be Gerlach. So probably the plan for Gerlach is just like push him out of the zone, because I don't think I can kill him.
No, I thought about running him towards the flag, but I thought that he's going to be more useful there to provide the bonus to number 5 and still be relevant for next turn. Or in this case, it's going to be relevant because you have to deal with him. So that sort of relevancy if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I guess I'm ready to do my turn, and we'll see how well I can try and clear up these things here on the right.
Yep.
So I'll start my clock. I'm going to first have to deal with corrosion. So we'll see if it goes away. It doesn't. It'll do another point to my priest, and it'll die. Moving on to the control phase, I'll get my 6 focus back on Sturgis. I will get the free 1 on each of my jacks here. And then when it comes to allocating, I probably want to give at least 1 more here to the Centurion. I'm of course going to be upkeeping Arcane Shield again. I know I can always just get 1 more from the Strange Ways as well, so that's nice to think about. And then I gotta think about if I want to be doing even more work. I think that's going to be really it. I don't think I can get too much done with the Ironclad, unfortunately, because that wall is going to be a problem for me. So I don't think I'm going to be allocating anything else. I think I'm going to be more keeping it here with Sturgis. So I think the first thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to go with Strange Ways, who is in danger. And he's going to be moving away from all these angry things that are over here on the other side. And then I'm going to be giving that extra focus to my Centurion. Boop.
No.
Once that's done,
I'm going to capture the flag. Let's not do that.
Yeah. And so I think the next thing I need to do is deal with this guy here in the forest. So I can do that with my Centurion pretty easily. So even though in speed 2, I can come to here and then just mosey my way into the forest, something like this. I want to make sure I have line of sight open so I can be still shooting the other pieces. But I'll just come into here, and that's probably going to be my happy spot. And then we'll stab him. So I am a Mat 7, and then what's your defense? It's 12, right?
12, yeah.
Okay.
So you need...
Need
Sorry,
a 5.
I'm going to pause that because I think you have -2 mat from Parasite? From Creeping Grass? No mat.
Okay.
You do have a -2 strength.
Sounds good.
So, because I'm more 18 because I have... 18 because I have Angeline.
Sure. So that'll be still my 16, adding the 8, so that'll be a tough on to him.
Yeah. And that's not going to do. It was relevant in case you roll a double ones or something.
Okay, perfect. So I have a lot of extra focus I don't need to use here, so I'll use one of them to put my imprint back on. And then that's all that my Centurion's going to be doing. I have something that's in the zone there. I now have to get other things out of the zone, so I'm going to try and figure out how I'm going to be doing that the best way. Sturgis is probably not going to be that answer. Sturgis probably has to try and deal with this chicken the best way it can.
I'm going to pause your clock for a second just to remind you that I have added vengeance onto the blocker unit.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So they have vengeance over there for sure.
If you wanted to plan around that too.
Alright, so I think that we're going to be going with Sturgis now, and we're going to be going to try and do some chicken hunting. So I really don't think there's anything I can do with this. He just can't get in there. Oh, it's close. It's so tantalizingly close. If I do it smarter, can I get there? So if I go there, and then I come here, and then I come down, There is. Oh, it's so close. It's. Oh, there we go. We're there. I moved 5, and I'm within 1 inch. All right. So my ironclad's gonna come over here, and
However,
then
that's going to give me a +2 defense because you're hitting me over the wall.
absolutely. So I get 1 shot at this. So I'm gonna be doing a tremor attack, special attack, and I'm gonna be
Okay.
boosting to hit. So 7 to your
No.
now 16. So I need to be rolling a
16.
9. A 15 will
That's
get
going
it
to be
done.
enough.
That's going to knock you down, which will make things a little bit easier. And this will be a POW 18. So your
So
armor
that
14,
is
you said?
+4. Yep.
Okay. So that'll be 13
That's-
damage to the 3.
So, done. My arc node is destroyed now.
Okay. I'll then hit you with my other little punchy fist as well. It'll automatically hit because you're knocked down. Straight damage because it's POW 14. So I'll be doing 4 damage to the 6.
Damage to the 6, so I have no longer movement, and I'm on 3 HP.
Perfect.
Or box. Sorry.
All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Sturgis. And so Sturgis will... I guess this is going to be his happy spot because I still want him to be in the middle so I can be scoring that zone there. So this is where Sturgis can go. I'm going to go first with my feedback attack, so it's going to automatically hit. This is a POW 13, so it's dice off 1. So it's going to be doing 5 damage to the 2 and 1 to Deneghra.
Going to die, and 1 more damage to the 13.
Perfect. And now I'm standing around here with Sturgis with focus to spare, so I'm going to see how janky I want to get. Let's see, I'm not within good range of a lot of things. I can see Guerra. Do I want to try being silly and hitting him with a convection? That sounds fun. Yeah, let's go for that. So we're going to spend 2 to do a convection onto Guerra over there.
Sorry, before you do that, why not try to hit a lightning storm on the blood gorgers? Or is that not a good thing to do?
I
It's
don't
only
think
range 8, but you left the hazard there.
Yeah, I don't think I'll need it there. I'm more worried about Guerra because he's your last solo as well.
Okay.
So spending 2 for that, your defense 12, right?
Yep.
So I need a 5 to hit. I'll get a 12. Let's hope I get that for damage. I'm going to boost the damage. So this is a POW 12. Your armor 17, we're saying. So this is off 5.
Yep.
So 9 damage.
Yeah. I'm going to roll a tough. I'm going to tough.
How dare you? Okay. Well, I mean, I'll
Like I
take
say,
it.
I'm a mature player, so I can get all the stuff in command.
All right. So with that out of the way, I just really need to try and get some work.
Sorry, please move the clock back to me for a second. I'm going to check one thing.
Sure.
No, I'm not in command of Fusika, so I'm going to be knocked down because Fusika has no sleeping on the job on command range instead of the unit.
Gotcha.
Back to you.
All right, so now this is my gun mages trying to do a little bit of cleanup, and especially these ones that are behind the clouds have to start doing things. So it can come out here. I guess I just want to give myself some options. So let's how about we put you there. We will put you...
Sorry, that was the end of the Sturgis activation, right? So no feat zone.
Oh, I didn't do any feet with Sturgis.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
want
still
to
Still
clarify that.
holding that. Move this gun mage here. So we got a couple of shots there. I gotta really make sure I get these ones on this side though. So Guerra should be the easy one. So I can move you here because you're guaranteed going to hit, and then hopefully can just push it out. And then the rest of you just moving in spots where I can. I don't think I can get another one from over here onto Guerra, so we just have to make sure we can hit this other guy on the other side. That's going to be our problem. So you can come there. You can join me here. And then you can come down and maybe have some options. Options seem nice. If you're here, can you see that? Doesn't look like
He
it.
actually can-
Was this one? Oh, of course that one you can't see. Was this one seeing Gerlach? Yeah, so that one is the backup. Alright, so then you just try and... This one's actually just gonna sit here and aim, because I got some things I can shoot. Alright, so the most critical thing that needs to happen is Gerlach has to get out. So the first thing I'm going to do is my number 5 on the right there is going to shoot him with a thunderbolt shot. So easy to hit because you're knocked down. And then once I hit you, it's going to be pushing you D3 inches. So just the
so
one.
That's number 5, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So just to there. Then for damage, it's not going to do
No
anything.
damage.
Then I'll move over here to number 2. That's going to be shooting Gerlach. So easy to hit because you're knocked down. And then the Thunderbolt will push you 2 inches. Get out of my zone, you. And then let's see if it's easier if you just die. Then yeah, the last points will go in there. Alright, so now we can breathe a little bit more easier. So what we'll do then is we're going to go with number 4 that's aimed. It's going to be shooting at your number 1 here on the right. So that will connect. And that'll be a tough on number 1.
Going to get, yeah.
Oh, remember again now I should be saying I'm going for crit brutal. So now this number 3 will shoot that number 4 behind the forest. A 7 and a 4 will miss. And then all I have left is here in the middle. My unit leader is, or the UA rather, is going to try and shoot that same one. So an 8 plus a 12 will hit, plus it's now crit. And so that'll be a tough on it.
It's going to tough.
Okay. And so the last one I have to shoot is my number 1, which will be easy to hit, but did not crack armor.
Going to be there.
And I totally forgot that I had to care about number 2 on the left side. No.
Yeah, I thought number 1 was going to shoot him, but I think
I
okay,
should've.
maybe he has an attack.
I lost focus. So with that, I am going to pass. There'll be no scoring, unfortunately, and it's back to you.
I thought that number 2 and number 1. Do you want to change your target and shoot number 2?
Well, I mean, either way, the top went there. So, I mean, like, I guess I could have gone for a push shot or something, but I think it's too late. I've already kind of declared it. It's all good.
Alright, so like you said, this is going to be fit turn. I think Deneghra is going to move, if not completely behind the house, like here, so protected from the gun mages. Yeah, I think she can go here and still be in 14 inches of pretty much everything that's relevant. Yeah, here she should be safe. I don't have any arc nodes, so I won't be able to have any debuffs to the Ironclad or anyone else this turn. However, let me check Barathrum. No, he doesn't have Relentless Charge, so I can't really charge anything, because I was thinking I could maybe charge your gun mages, kill a bunch, and then use drag below to be safe again, but I really can't because of those Treeless Forest, so he's just going to move over here. And because now you're going to be speed 0 actually with the Centurion, so you can really move if I remember the rules correctly.
I mean, I can run and
If
go
you're
0 times 2.
But I mean, you can charge if you are speed 0, right?
Oh, I'm actually not sure if that's a rule or not. We might want to check that.
Yeah, because
What again?
otherwise you can always,
What was the
if you
question
can charge if you are speed 0.
No, no, you don't move at your speed 0. So it doesn't count as an advance event.
So he can charge, right? That's the
No,
rule.
correct.
Right. Oh yeah, because your Centurion is going to be speed 0 with the 2 debuffs. So I can just be 3 inches away from you and, well, actually 5 inches away and not be threatened by you, because even if you push me 3 inches, I'm just going to be outside your charge range.
So even
So
could,
yes,
even could be 1 inch of movement, and he still want to get the charge attack because you need to move at least 3. So if that's what worries you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm going to try
you're
to
saying
kill
I-
a few gun mages.
So you were saying
You
can't
can't-
charge, right?
No, if you're speed 0, you can charge.
Okay.
Yeah. My understanding is that you cannot advance if you're speed 0. So that's what I remember from past questions.
Sounds good.
If,
So,
if,
yeah, I'm
if,
going
if
to-
we found later otherwise, and we can clarify in the comments somewhere. But at least that's what I remember.
I'm going to try to kill a few gun mages with my blood goggles and try to swamp the zone a little bit. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. I won't be able to crack much armor, but this turn. But I'm going to try to get the advantage back on the clock, because I'm not going to be doing many actions this turn, and you will have to try to do the actions in your turn. So let's start the clock. I'm going. Baratrum is going to have 1 focus from power up. Deneghra1 is going to go up to 7. I'm going to upkeep Crippling Grasp. She's going to move here. So she's going to affect your whole army except Trenchways with the feet. And she's going to feet.
I take it back.
Sorry, Sturgis doesn't have.
Actually, advancing can be done even if you don't have speed, because the advancing counts also like changing facing. Like you could be changing facing even with speed 0. So what I said was not accurate, but still,
Okay.
charging 0 inches, I don't know if it has any benefit at all. Why would you want to charge 0 inches?
It would be +3, so then I
No.
can move 3 inches if I
+3.
do a charge.
Oh, if you charge, you get +3 speed. I
Mhm.
see. So
Yeah.
then I was missing that part. I don't see anything that prevents that. So yeah, I taking back my previous judgment call. Sorry.
Okay. So I'm going to have to stay with the Baratrum more than 7 away from the Centurion, right?
Yeah.
With Baratrum. Okay. That's still fine. And Sturgis can charge Deneghra from there because he doesn't have Pathfinder, right?
What's that, sorry?
Sturgis doesn't have Pathfinder, so he can't.
He has relentless
charge.
charge. So yeah, if I do have a charge target, I could charge over the wall.
Okay, so I think this Trollking Marauder is going to be on front, so to protect Deneghra from Sturgis. So yeah, he's going to move here, so you don't have a charge. Sorry, a block. And then I'm going to activate the block auger unit. Number 2 is going to charge. Sorry, I'm going to add the token. The unit leader, my leader is going to charge number 2, and the rest of the unit I will try to charge the Centurion with as many as I can, which they're not going to.
You won't be able to charge it because of the imprinted.
Right, so I'm just going to run them. So this guy going to charge here, there, so I don't get a free strike from you.
You do have to worry about the free strike basically from number 2, the gun mage.
Alright, sorry. I'm going to charge about here, so I won't get any free strikes.
Sounds good.
This guy is going to charge here. So maybe I can get an attack into the Centurion. Same with number 5. No, he doesn't have it. Let's see that. No, the rest of the unit is just going to run. It's going to run here. So that's going to here. So Black Dogger is going to run here, and that flag is pretty much never going to be captured. So this guy here, just in case. So let's start with the attacks. Number 2 is going to attack number 1. You are now defense 12, so I need 5 to hit because of the feat. It's going to hit and it's going to die automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to move there. We're going to incur with overtake, and I'm going to attack the unit leader. That's going to hit, and
So
that's going to hit.
My
No,
attachment
I
over
need
the
to-
wall.
Yeah, because
be-
you are defense
Yeah.
14, even because you have +2 -2 basically.
Oh, right,
you
you're
roll a 7.
at 7? Okay,
And it's 3 dice and you have 5 boxes, right?
that's correct, yeah.
Just a 5.
Okay.
And then the leader is going to hit number 2. It's going to hit and it's going to kill. And then going to go here. So I'm not within 0.5 inches of your shield, and it's going to do the second attack there. That's going to hit, I believe, because you have
Defense 9.
defense 9. Yeah, so 3 is actually 10, so it hits, and I POW 11, POW 13 because of the feat, and POW 15 because of the Crippling Grasp against armor 24,
20.
right?
Yeah.
So dice minus 9. So that's no damage. Still, it was worth a shot. And then bathroom, just going to again move here. I need to go more than 7 away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and still be digging. And that's going to be my turn.
All right, so moving into, this will be turn 4 we're going into now, correct?
Turn 4.
Yeah. So
Correct.
after my blunder last turn where I don't have a scenario lead, I am now feeling a lot more pressured. He killed a lot of my models last turn. I am no longer feeling that I have the attrition advantage, and so without that scenario advantage that I lean back on, things are a little bit scary. The nice thing is that in this little dance-off we're having in the middle, if he is more than 7 inches away from my Centurion, that means it also can't come at me because it won't be able to charge me for a polarity shield. Sure, it might be able to trample in or something, but that'll be a little bit more complicated, won't get a lot of damage, especially because next turn the feet will be gone. So I'm feeling kind of okay for that. So if I can stall the center, then that means I can maybe try and look for an advantage somewhere else. I could be trying to bring over Sturgis now on the left and feet and try and kill these models, but that's probably how I get myself killed by Barathrum. It's probably not the best thing to do, especially because I have another option. Instead of going to the left with the feet, I can actually go after the flag. That might actually be the best thing I can do. There is actually an opportunity here that I could maybe even go for the assassination still, because what I could do is I could be charging the one model that's there, and if I get really lucky, I might actually have a spot where I could get straight to Deneghra. Ooh, oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Is this possible?
I am camping everything.
Yeah. So
But
without any bonuses or anything like that, it's probably not going to be the right move to do. What I was thinking when I was looking over here, though, is going after this flag. Because if I kill this one last model that's here by the flag, and I get Sturgis over there to it, well, then all of a sudden, all of his other forces are there on the left, except for Deneghra. And then if I just bring over some other pieces to kind of help bully and make sure I can hold this flag on the side, that might be my path to victory. Because I know I'm only going to have one more turn after this. I can also have strange ways go over and threaten the left flag, just again to kind of push that scenario advantage. But as long as I don't lose the center and I don't lose any scenario points, that's probably going to be my path to victory in this game. All right, so I guess I'm ready to see if this works. So I'm going to start my turn. I'm going to go to Sturgis, get all my 6 focus back. I'm going to get a free focus on each of my jacks. And based on how things are looking here, I definitely want to go and upkeep my arcane shield because I need to keep that guy alive. Snipe is for free, so why not? And if I'm going to be going over there on the right, there is a chance I have to worry about counter assassination. So I don't think I'm going to be allocating anything else. I want to be keeping everything else because especially to get there, I'm going to have to actually teleport because I can only move 4 and then I'm going to have to teleport 6. So something to definitely think about.
sorry.
So
Right, because casters don't contest flags, right?
that's right, they don't.
Correct.
So yes.
All right, so going with that then, I might as well start with my gun mages as I try and see what work they can do. So I'm going to, what's the best way to do this? I need to, as I said, make sure I hold down that zone, so I should put a lot of other little pieces in there as well, just to kind of make sure this kind of stays here. It'd be kind of awful if I lose this, so I better go and put some in here. And also, I want to put something around here too, just to make sure that your Deneghra doesn't come over here and easily starts like counter-scoring type thing. So this is where I'm going to move them. I'm going to start with number 5, shooting a crit brutal at number 4. So to hit, we'll miss. My number 3, trying to hit your number 4, crit brutal, will miss. And then the last one would be my number 4, which can see you through there and is going to try again. And it's going to hit, and then it'll force a tough.
And it's good.
Perfect. Now that I don't need to worry about that, I might as well hop over to the Centurion. It's going to be using its 1 to put the imprint back on to make sure I can kind of keep things away. And then because I don't want to even give you any vengeance or anything like that, he's just going to chill there. He's not going to do anything whatsoever. Otherwise, like I said, Strange Ways is going to move back over here so I can threaten the flag should you not allocate some resources to holding it. And then all I really have then is Sturgis to go, so he can kind of go through this little spot here, I hope. Yep. I can only move 4 because I'm slower because of the feet. And then I'll spend... Well, I could actually shoot my gun first if I wanted, but I don't think I have a good target for it. I'm going to declare I'm making a shot at Deneghra. It'll miss because you have stealth, but I just want to say I shot at you. But yeah, after I go here and I do that shot just for spite, I'm going to spend 2 and teleport to the flag. And try and look a little bit scary. And then that's going to be Sturgis. And then I'm going to make sure your Barathram's not going to come and try and threaten me too badly. So I'm actually going to bring over the Ironclad, which is also scare Deneghra a bit as well. Can I actually... Is this a smart spot? It is totally not a smart spot. So I'm going to put my Ironclad there. Otherwise, then, I have activated everything. I'm going to score 1 point and then pass it back to you for turn 4.
So now it's the question, shall I go for the assassination? Because I don't think I have any outs, really. Because I don't have any scenario outs. I don't have the feed anymore, so I can... the only thing I can do with this in turn, because if I trample, I can't do a hand throw then.
Mm-hmm.
Does priority shoot prevent slams too?
Let me just quickly find out. It cannot be charged or slammed.
Yeah, it makes sense because otherwise I would just slam you out of the zone, or at least try. So I think I'm going to go for the assassination because I do have Shadow Bind. So if I hit the first attack, you're going to have -3 defense, and then it's going to be easier for me to try to kill you because I have I'm going to have 7 attacks, and you are going to only have 3 camp. That's correct.
That's correct. Yep, camping 3 right now.
And you are POW 12, but you are armor 14 too, so that's -2.
Yeah, my base stats are 16, 15.
Okay, so that's -3. Anyway, it's going to be enough attacks are going to kill, and it's straight Shadow Bind, so it's not a critical Shadow Bind. So yeah, also because I don't have that much time on my clock either. So just going to like move here and start. And if I miss the assassination, you're going to just win back on my turn. Because yeah, I can't get rid of the Centurion. And the feat on Sturgis is you push 3 in any direction or directly away from.
Oh, I wish. No, it's directly towards him.
Okay.
Directly away, like Kruger, would be amazing.
Yeah. So if I'm here with Barathrum outside your charge range, but no, I mean there is no. I just go for the assassination, and if I lose, I will concede the game because there is anything else for me to do. Because I won't be able to win on a scenario, even if I could somehow get. Because your change range is 7, so I need to stay outside of 7 all the time, and 7 is just for the shield range, so I'm not going to ever be able to get the alpha on the Centurion, except maybe like I bog you down with all the blood goggers, and then you can gun at me, but you still have all your gun meshes.
Yeah, like you can set yourself up for another turn. We're like, okay, I'm gonna not take out hit on turn 4, and on turn 5 I can try and clear it. But I mean, if that's the direction you go, then my Ironclad can just step over before that happens, and then you won't be able to kill both heavies.
No, but besides the Ironclad is just threatening an assassination right now because he can just move, do a tremor, and then Sturgis is going to come and hit me a lot.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, I have to go for the assassination. I have no doubt. So let's start with that. I'm not going to upkeep Crippling Grasp. So the Centurion. I mean, now the feat zone would be amazing because now Sturgis will be just super dead.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm just going to move here. I have a reach 2 weapon. So let's start with the first attack. I'm going to boost to hit.
Okay, defense 16.
Yes, I'm at 5. I thought she was at 7.
Get those 11s,
Okay,
I believe in you.
Yeah. And it hits. Yeah.
Oh no.
And it's a Shadow Bind, so you're now defense 13.
Oh no, okay.
And that's about 12, so that's dice -3 we said, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be 3 damage unless you...
I'll take the 3.
Okay. So I'm going to buy an attack. Now it's 5 against 13, so I need 7.
Or 8s, right?
I need 8.
5 trying to hit 13?
No. Yeah. So no, I don't think I have to hit anyway. So I'm not going to have as many attacks as I thought. So goes to hit. Hits.
Got him.
Barely an 8. And dice -3. That's okay. That's better.
I'll reduce it so I take 4.
Yep. I'm going to buy and boost again. Hits. That's 3 more damage.
And I'm just going to reduce that to nothing.
Okay, now I need to hit and roll a... No, I can kill you, right?
I still have 1 camp, so I don't think it's possible
and 11...
now.
So I just have to buy 2 attacks and hope to roll really high. So let's go with the first attack. It's going to miss, and the second attack is going to miss either. So I'm going to concede the game right now because the Deneghra is super dead.
Fair enough. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was an interesting game. I like that. How it kind of like that dance on the left and trying to avoid the
and
blood
you
collectors.
actually are going to score in the flag again.
Yeah.
I can't even. Yep, turns on polarity shield is very strong on this game because if it was any other Shack, Barathon would have already wrecked him.
Yeah, it's definitely a great combination there where you have that slow jack where like a lot of times it takes a while for the Centurion to get in place because I have no way to speed it up, but once it's there, that combination of Arcane Shield and Polarity Field and where I can extend its threat by pulling things towards it is just amazing.
Yep, it feels like a Speed 7 Shack also, something like that.
The thing that I'm sometimes unsure about is the Ironclad. I actually, when I swap things out, I take out the little Battle Priest, and then I can turn the Ironclad into a Reliant, so I get another gun in there. But, I kind of felt in this matchup, for sure. We didn't even do Specialists for this, but I think even in this, I'd want to have the Battle Priest in case I could try and take off those upkeeps.
Yeah, that's why I try to kill him as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Turns out having 2 heavies in Warmachine is a thing. That's something that I saw in last season when I was playing 2 heavies, and that gave me an advantage. I was playing Maddox with Brick House and a Hammersmith. So yeah. So for those saying that Sturgis is a bad caster, sorry to disappoint, but he's at least in Brawl, he's a decent caster.
Oh, he's great in Brawlmachine. I was just wondering too, like when I fumbled that one turn and didn't shoot the right model to try and push it out of the zone, if I would have scored 2 control points early like that, what have you done to try and get more aggressive?
I mean, of course, Sturgis wouldn't be there on the flag.
No.
So there was no assassination. So probably what I told you about pumping down the Centurion with Bloodgoggers, so he can move and I can kill it next turn with Barathrum. And having like this Bloodgogger here on the flag, so you won't be able to score it with Strange Ways.
No, he's not going to get you off of it.
Yeah, and try to protect the Deneghra here, because I don't need her anymore. Well, actually, maybe I will have moved her like here, so he has more threat. So Barathrum has a greater possibility of movement because he has to stay within control. Yeah, probably that's try to take the center hard. Trade the Centurion and then hope you didn't kill it Barathrum with the Ironclad. Maybe try to sham him also with the Bloodgoggers. So try to have Barathrum kill both your heavies. But still I wouldn't be able to get back into turn from the attrition advantage, so I would have to threaten an assassination somehow. But Sturgis can just be like here and be safe from everything.
For sure, yeah. Another thing I was wondering about was the Blood Gorgers. So you had them on the far left flanking. Now, if Gurlock had been with them, then you'd have a spot where you're like threatening the flag to counter score. But do you feel like they should have been a little bit more central because of how I was able to shift over because you didn't really threaten getting that flag, or what do you think about that play, about their big flank?
The thing is, if I had them in the middle, the gun measure would have shot them out of the table. I mean, do remember that you shot most of the Marauders on your first turn, so on the other turn you would have shot down the Bloodgoggers and there was nothing I could do. I had to always like one there threatening to trigger Vengeance, and then the other safe, so then the other turn they could get in there. But yeah, I mean in this particular table I couldn't have them on. If this forest was more on the middle, sure, I can go on the middle and be safe behind the forest. But in this particular, in this particular table, there wasn't much I could do to prevent you from shooting me.
Yeah, because I know what I was thinking about this matchup when we were looking at the list earlier. One of my worries is that if you had everything in the center and you just ran up with everything, I can't shoot everything, right? And of course, between the two units, I want to shoot the one without vengeance, and then I'm kind of left with all these in my face. And normally, the thing that would prevent people from doing that is that Sturgis can go in there and feat and kill all your infantry. But with troll bases that are medium bases, I can't actually get that many in there, right? So if there's two units running up, I can only catch like maybe 4 of them usually. So that was one of my worries.
If you kill like half the Brawlgurgers with your feet, I mean you will, and all the gunmatch kill the Marauders, you are so up in attrition that there's nothing I can do next turn. So yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's say I then on my turn I kill all the Deneghra1 mages. Great, I just have all your solos and your heavies and Sturgis. So, and I have like 4 Brawlgurgers left, so you can just. You're going to be up so much up in attrition that there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, it was an interesting game.
Yeah, I thought Deneghra1 was a little bit better on melee, honestly. I don't know why I thought she was mat 7.
That mat 5 is a hard one to sell. I guess, like, she's basically mat 7 if you think of her on the feet, because then my defense is lower, but yeah.
Yeah, in feet turn maybe I would have been able to kill you, because you would have -2 armor too. So yeah, on feet turn I think that the mat swings really hard in my favor, especially if I landed the first attack and you have another -3 defense. So you are now defend what? You're 16 -5, 11, right? So I need force to hit. And you are going to be armor 12, so it's 3 damage. So that changes the math a lot.
Yeah, she really swings the dice for sure when she needs to. You have to be really worried about when that feat's going to hit you. And the crippling grasp and the shadow bind.
Maybe I shouldn't have feeded that turn because that feed didn't do really either.
Yeah, I thought you were going to hold your feet for when you were going to eventually be trying to take out the Centurion or go for the assassination.
Yep. For next game then I will try to take that into account.
Yeah. The next game where we're doing Sturgis versus Sturgis, right?
My next game next Saturday.
Gotcha.
It's going to be the last game of Deneghra1, and then I'm probably going to jump to a fixed one.
Sure, that'd be awesome.
So, Brian, thank you very much for coming to the show. I hope you had a fun time.
Yeah, this was fantastic. Thanks for having me on here.
This also means I won't be able to play against Emmanuel on the Mompok game because I can't win the 3 games now. But maybe I can nick a win into his other challengers.
Now you're making me feel bad. Don't make me feel bad about winning. That's not nice.
No, I mean you play and then the next thing, it's not your fault. It's mine for not playing, for not rolling high enough on the first turn. And then if you're watching on Twitch, thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, remember on the description box you're going to have all the links to Brian's stuff, his YouTube and his 2 podcasts. And next week I'm going to be playing with the other member of the Bestias y Máquinas podcast. He goes by Meladius as his nickname, but it's also named Antonio like me, so it's going to be another Antonio versus Antonio. That's always fun. So yeah, see you everybody next Saturday, and once again Brian, thank you for being on.
Thank you.